Hello! It is week 2 of the pilot season, or season 0 of Beastieball Draft League. And I have a match this week against BreadEnthusiast. Bread has a super wild team, which I'll get into in a minute. He's been sort of away from the game for a while, but is sort of coming back with draft. Just been busy with lots of other things. He's in a lot of Pokemon draft leagues, so he has an idea of how drafting works prior to, you know, playing Beastieball, which is super awesome. And he has a scary team. I'll get into why I've made the decisions I've made here once I show you his. So we have a whole bunch of redirection here in both Gremlur and Demolipede. I'm not particularly scared of the Gremlur bringing Slippery. I'll get to why in a bit. I don't think, to be fair, it's like... I think it's going to be a lot to deal with, but I don't think it's that much of a threat to my team in particular, mainly because I'm like pretty bulky. But its supportive capabilities, like especially clicking provoke at me, and meaning I can't use my support plays and such, would not be great. What I'm more worried about is the Demolipede. This thing can take a lot of attacks. Its bulk doesn't look all that impressive when you look at it, but it is going to be fully invested in these bulk stats. I'm not sure exactly which. I'm guessing it's going to be pretty much evening it out, like fully invested in Spirit Defense, maybe a bit of body offense if Bread finds the space to do that. But that next to Air Blast Zephyr is a lot. That next to Telekinesis Debugly is a lot. That next to Charge Beelb is a lot. Air Blast is obviously one of the strongest like base power moves in the game. It's had Zephyr nerfed and been nerfed itself multiple times across the balance patches. Debugly, Telekinesis lets it ramp. Obviously, that's a bit of a threat. It also has Overthink, which could be threatening. I doubt that's going to be brought, though. It could click... Like, it can click Meditate Telekinesis, and that's just kind of bad. Beelb has Charge. Charge boosts its power at the end of every offensive turn. Scary. Musclebound also there. Can do a bunch of boosting with Juggle. Collider, and I'm not quite as worried about. Mainly because of the defensive stats. But you'll notice a trend across Bread's Beasties, which is the generally lower body defense. And that's where I've decided to focus my team. With a little bit of splashes of the other types. So I have gone, well, let me just pull up what I have as options real quick. I've gone with 5 of the 7 as per usual. Last week we brought Skiffrick and Trat. This week we're bringing Magpike and Riplash. Riplash, Trat. I don't think Disruption is going to be quite as important against Bread because it's a much more offensive play style and not going to be that focused on supportive moves. If I'd had to guess. Skiffrig. Just doesn't really output the offense I'd want it to here. It can do defensive stuff, but it's not quite what I'm looking for when I could just go really, really offensive. Here, let me move my webcam down for a sec. So we have a body-focused team again this week, and that's not for the same reason as last week. It's that Riplash likes having Confident Pass next to it. We have Rocket Hyperspike here, obviously. Rocket for dealing with stuff sitting in the back row. Hyperspike for just, like, ridiculous amounts of damage off of the 140 attacking stat. Here, I'll move my mouse onto this screen. Also have Smack so that it can get out of the front lane if I'm worried about it. That's going to be paired on serve next to the Beetleback, which will be serving with Breaker. Not going to do that much damage on serve, but what it is going to do is lower the body defense, so I can kind of force something to switch out if I want to, especially the Demolipede, which wouldn't get, I believe, taken out by a Rocket into a Hyperspike. Confident Pass Captain, for obvious reasons. giving body power boosts and also shifting Whiplash to the front. Call out in case they hit into the Beetleback, so I can basically boost the front row's defense, which is super useful. Not sure if that would be better served to be Battle Cry or something, but the reason why I think I went with Call Out in the end is because the other pair is with Magpike. Magpike, this week, I'm running a body set, which is Trusting, so basically all of these boosts are doubled. I can double its defenses in one move, or, like, give it 3 stages of offense in one volley when it's next to Beetleback. Also running a Breaker for the serve. It doesn't really have a great body type serving move. I was considering Relaxed Hit as well for a little bit of healing, but I decided just like go all out threats. I have 4 body attackers on this team. And then Spike for the front row, just its highest damage move. Shield in case I need to have it survive something, because its defenses often leave a little bit to be desired. Shloom is here. It has a body type move in Power Sap just to, you know, synergize a bit better with the Beetleback, but it also is running Cut Shot here with max Spirit Attack. A nice thing with the Demolipede, I'll pop this back up, is Watchtower likes having both beasties in the back row. It can also do both beasties in the front row, but then they're taking more damage, obviously, and especially in the pairing with Zephyr is going to be clicking Air Blast a bunch, so they're going to be sitting in the back row, and this makes them, basically forces their defense action to be moving Zephyr to the front. And his Zephyr isn't going to have a great time if I click Power Sap into the Zephyr when it moves to the front and is no longer protected by the Demolipede. Also running Provoke on Shloom. I need Provoke somewhere. That's my webcam, not that. Provoke, always a useful move. And lastly, to round out the team, we have a refreshed Numbshot Tort Anchor. I want something to be able to deal with the Debugly and the Beelb and potentially the Musclebound if they get out of hand. Patience would be another option and potentially a better one in some situations, but since I'm running such a boost-heavy team here... Oh, I just realized I'm supposed to have High Five on the Magpike. I'm going to change that in a second. Right. With such a boost-heavy team, and it'll be even more boost-heavy once I put High Five on the Magpike, I want to not use Patience for obvious reasons. I don't want to clear my own boosts, so Numbshot's the option I went with there. Also running Provoke there. I could take Provoke off Shloom, actually. I was kind of flip-flopping on stuff. I was considering Heat Up on Shloom, and I think I'm actually going to do that just for... Right, a better counter-serve option is the main thing there. Smack is also, to be clear, a counter-serve option. Just click Smack into Magpike right away, or even into Shloom. But I like having Heat Up as a way to potentially wear down the Demolipede immediately. Let's put High Five onto Magpike. So it can potentially grab a Smack and then pass that off to Shloom, and suddenly I have +3 cut shots coming out off of 145 Spirit Attack. To elaborate a little bit on why some of the defensive stats are the way they are, you'll see 2 of them hitting 117 in Spirit Defense. That is the amount, I believe, you need to take a... if I pop into the right tab of this, that's taking a... that's taking an Air Blast from the front row, or from the back row twice, I believe. I believe it's also... yep, I can also, with that number, take a +2 Air Blast at the net if I haven't had any chip damage beforehand. So, that's super useful. Anyway, I think that about does it for my pre-battle stuff. Let me see if Bread is around. I'm gonna open up a room. Make sure all the rules are right. We use extended time limit in drafts just so you have more time to think. First serve is random for the first point. 3 points to win, or for the first game. It is best of 3, so after that, the loser will choose who serves. Hidden info off, undo on, just so you can, again, think a lot more than you would be allowed to in a lot of other formats. Let me put myself back up into the top right. There we go. And we will see what Bread has brought for us. As soon as he readies up. No rush, though. Actually, let me make sure I have the right team selected. Okay, I have the in-game team selected, which is, I believe, correct. Let me just make sure. Yeah, that's the one I changed to heat up and high five on. Cool. Brett has a couple small team changes to make, so we're gonna reload that lobby. And I'm gonna sit here and enjoy the air conditioning. I really love the chartreuse music. It's just so chill and kind of meandering in a really nice way. I don't want to call it bossa nova because it really isn't, but it has sort of the same vibe in terms of the chord progression. I don't know. I'm a big fan. There we are. And hopefully we should be good now. Brett, I am sure, is just verifying his team, which is always very important. All right, let's get into it. We have Musclebound, Demolipede, Beelb, Gremlur, and Waddle. I wonder, by the positioning of those, I bet that Gremlur is Adaptation Charge, which isn't something I really gave all that much thought to, so that's going to be real interesting. The Waddle being there, I'm not sure what that means. My guess is it's kinda, maybe, it might be Tornado Ball stuff. I'm guessing it's probably Tornado Ball stuff. Anyway, I have a Demolipede to blow up, so I think I'd like to start by leading with Shloom Tordanker on the counterserve. We'll see what attacks the Musclebound is running, because it has a lot that it can do. I don't know who's serving. I'm guessing it's the Musclebound with Spitball. Let's see. Yep, Musclebound up front with Spitball and Muscle Memory. Okay. So I'm guessing they're clicking Spitball into something, but either way, yeah, the Demolipede has shield, which is why I really want to get this heat up off. We're going to see Spitball into one of these two. I expect it's the Tordanker. So I'm going to have a little bit of bad action economy on the first turn, but hey, I get to click Cut Shot into the front row for pretty much free, which is super nice. Tordanker running Refresh, of course, to help sustain whatever's in the front row, and especially Shloom, which has Ancient, as per usual. Great. Alright. Seems like we may have lost connection. Nope. Okay, there we go. So I get the heat up off, and yeah, that's as expected. Nice thing about Captain is now I can make sure that Someone's in the front. I am guessing that the Demolipede is just going to move up here. And the Musclebound isn't really going to threaten me with much damage, so I'm just going to click Cut Shot right off the bat. Perks of having two very good body defensive beasties here. Or, well, Shloom's okay, but... And that's a point. I can click Power Sap now. My guess is the Waddle is moving forward. But either way, still definitely the better option is to hit the Waddle. No supportive move here, and no juggle, which is interesting. I do like Smack. I just moved Tort Anchor forward here, I think. It takes... I think... it's gonna take... It's gonna take a significant amount from body attack, I think. Or I could move Shloom forward. No, Shloom takes more. Quickset is doubling whatever that damage is, I have to remember. So... yeah, it's 72 into Tort Anchor. Or 98 into Shloom, so Shloom actually can't take it. Yeah, okay. We see a Spitball into Shloom, which is nice, because now I can hit... I could hit Provoke if I want, but I could also hit Cut Shot here. Or I could hit Numb Shot and Provoke. Numb Shot does a lot to the Musclebound. Let's think about it for a sec. Cut Shot's a lot of damage. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't do all that much to Waddle though, and Waddle just Quickset. So I think we have Tool Call Out Forward Pass on the Gremlur. Tool will do 60 when... no, it'll do 80 when Quickset, so I'd need to block in that case, but it's fine because it's Tool. So yeah, I think I am just gonna hit the Musclebound here and try and knock it down lower because, yeah, Bread is clicking Smack, that's the big thing. Quickset gonna bring that damage up to, I believe, 64 onto the Tort Anchor. Question is, who do I tag in? And the answer is I really don't want to tag in anyone. So I could give up this point here, or I could move Tort to the side. I think I'd like to let Shloom go down, actually, and just weaken the Waddle. And Spitballs the Tort Anchor, which doesn't quite kill. Okay. So this is a kind of rough situation for me for a couple turns, as I do obviously not deal very much damage here. But I can hit the Waddle here. And the Waddle will then go down after the offensive turn and not be able to Torch Pass, which I think is quite good for me. So I'm going to do that. Unfortunately, I mean, Shloom is a little farther away from draining because I am hitting Power Sap, but... if Bread tags in the Demolipede for the Musclebound here, then fair play. But I expect it's more likely to be probably the Gremlur coming in. Oh, it's the Beelb. Okay. So what's happening here? We have Power Sap energized. I probably should have checked all these plays. Yeah, Power Sap energized is going to do a bunch of damage to someone. I'd like it to be Shloom. But if it's not Shloom, either way, I need to not lose a point on serve, so I'm tagging out Tort Anchor either way. And Shloom is down now and wiped, not drained, which is always super nice. I'm gonna tag in Riplash for sure and just start outputting damage. Waddle's gonna go down here, which means it has to get tagged out, basically. Let's see what damage looks like. 70 damage into the Demolipede, or 83, which is not enough. No sideways moves at all, actually, besides the careful shot, interestingly. It's definitely the Demolipede coming out and clicking forward pass and then probably energized. So I think I'd actually like to click call out here and just let Riplash stay on the field a bit longer, and then Breaker, and that'll lower the Demolipede's defense, which is super useful. Interesting choice, Spread? Was that a misclick? That might have been a misclick. Brett doesn't think he saved after he finished his prep, so we might rerun this. Or at least, that would be nice about it. I think the tag in there was a mistake. Either way. Swap it after game 1, Brett says. Yeah, I can just chill in the back row here, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Actually, let's smack in the back pike. It has worse defenses. And now I can sort of just do a whole bunch of damage. It'll have to be Spike, unfortunately. I can't click call out, but I mean, that'll do. This is why trusting is good, actually, and this is why Magpike has an awful moveset, because as soon as you get it +3, it just blows things up. So we're probably going to hit Breaker into the Beelb here, if I had to guess. I highly doubt the Muscle Bounce coming in, at least. And we should pretty much have this game, because I'm not sure Brett can knock out the Magpike here. Forward pass into Power Sap does not enough. So yeah, we should be good. Tool's not going to do all that much. Yeah, let's just send it. No sideways move. With the Demolipede down, yeah, we should be good. And +2 spike should be enough to knock out pretty much anything. Alright, that's game 1. Okay, Brett left the lobby just to fix stuff, I'm guessing. So we'll chill here for a moment. Pretty happy with how that first game went. I think this might be a bit of a rough matchup for Bread, but I'm surprised to not see the Zephyr. I guess I do have like pretty good spirit defense across my team. Like if I pop this back up, Zephyr obviously a spirit attacker. My spirit defense is pretty good, and I've invested into it a lot in preparation for the Zephyr specifically, and it not being here kind of negates the need for a whole bunch of my stats, because I mean the Waddle's not going to do very much damage with Careful Shot. But yeah, very body heavy, which I suppose makes some sense when you consider that I have 3 real frail body beasties, and I did bring 2 of them. But I managed, at least in game 1, to just like make sure they didn't really get the boosts up. Okay, Bread's changes. 2 conditioning passes. Okay, we might rerun that one. Okay, no, it's all good from Bread. Had a wrong ability on something. I'm guessing the Gremlur was supposed to be adaptation, because I feel like that was kind of a big issue. I'm guessing it's probably muscle-bound Demolipede serve again, and I don't really see a reason to not make it. I mean, I guess I could make it smack into Magpike, but let's calc that real quick. 90 body power, 30 training. Demolipede has 73 body defense. Let's assume it's fully trained. Attack stage 3, base damage 100, does 116. Yeah, okay. So smack into Magpike will just simply blow up the Demolipede, and it has to click shield. Which means that I'm probably going to end up clicking call out twice and freeballing if I'm real. Spitball into the Beetleback, so I guess I'm not clicking call out. And also not hitting a Super Road Spike. Yeah, that's more like the damage I was expecting to see out of a Muscle Bound on serve. Let's just hit Breaker. It's gonna go into the Demolipede's shield, but that's fine. Front row Muscle Memory and Spitball aren't really doing that much. I could also be real silly and high five into something right here. But I think I'm just gonna move the Magpike. No, because it's gonna get hit by a Spitball, probably. If it gets hit by a Spitball, what do I want to come in? Oh, it's worth noting all those are going to be doubled. So yeah, I'd only be able to bring Shloom in. Yeah, I'll bring Shloom in. I'll keep Backpack on full health. Oh, Spitball into the Beetleback. Okay. So my Shloom is now at +2, you'll note. And Cut Shot kills literally anything. Power Sap doesn't kill the Demolipede. But I'm going to click Cut Shot here, because then I can hit, obviously, Breaker on the serve and then heat up on the counter serve, and the Demolipede becomes less of an issue. So this is a point for us here no matter what Bread does. Okay, yeah, it's adaptation... Now it's adaptation muscle brain, which I feel like is maybe a bit of a mistake, but we'll see. It has forward pass and call out. I don't quite knock out the Gremlur with cut shot. That's the downside. Schloom now isn't +2 anymore because I ended the point. So maybe that was a bit of a misplay. But we can actually two-hit the Gremlur. We can heat up here, and that's gonna make it... That's gonna put it down to 80 after it, after Bread's offensive turn. Which means cut shot will just knock it out if we're not blocked. I'm guessing the Beelb's gonna be in the front row though, so not a super big deal, but hey, it's nice to wear stuff down a little bit. Energized already doing lots of damage. Schloom's receive sprite is just so good. Cut shot not doing much to the Beelb because it has such good spirit defense. Call out won't save me, so I think I'm just gonna get some damage. I think the Beelb's gonna block here, so I'd like to hit the Gremlur. Yeah, okay. Otherwise there would be a double call out here. And let's heat up the Beelb. I'm giving up a point here, totally willing to do that. I think it's the smart play here. Something I'm trying to teach myself to do more is just give up points, especially in 3-point, where points don't matter quite as much. Yeah, call out, energize, take out the Beetleback, go ahead, I don't mind. So it's going to be Power Sap on the serve, doing not all that much. And we're just going to tag in the Tor Anchor. And then we have Numb Shot on the field, which is going to be real nice for dealing with this charge field. The Gremlur kind of needs to switch out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hit Numb Shot. I'm gonna provoke the Gremlur in case it stays in. Volley and hit Numb Shot into the Beelb just to knock it down a bit. I know this lets my Schloom be real low, but I mean, I can just tag it out. The Beelb is gonna have its stats reset here. I didn't plan for the Demolipede coming in here, which is probably what's happening actually, so that's not great. That was not very smart of me. Okay, nope, the Beelb ran up. Okay, in that case we're good. That was in fact a perfect turn, and nothing is wrong. Energized obviously not doing very much now that I've cleared the boosts. Power Sap will do a lot more. Do I give up another turn here and heat up the Beelb? I don't think I give up a point here. I think I just take the advantage where I can get it. I go Whiplash first because then I can smack later. Yeah, so... Hyper Spike gets a point here. Numb Shot certainly doesn't. Doesn't knock out the Demolipede, so we do want to hit the Beelb here. Although something that's worth considering is the fact that No, the Beelb will knock out. Okay, so yeah, I just need to click Hyper Spike here, unfortunately. Not exactly what I want to do this turn, but we'll make it work. Alright. We now spitball into the muscle bound to deal some damage. It's probably the Demolipede coming in, realistically, but we will see. This game's a lot tighter now that there's some damage output. Okay, the Waddle's in. So Careful Shot is online. Spitball won't knock me out, so I just move the Tort Anchor to the front. Or do I give up the point here? I give up the point here, I think. Yeah, I'm actually gonna... Do I want to tag Schlumen? Yeah, I'm gonna tag Schlumen because I think that's a better counterserve for me, potentially. This might be a misplay. We'll see. But the Waddle's serving, and it can only do so with Careful Shot. So it's going to hit the Tort Anchor here. Cut Shot will not take out the Waddle, but... it forces the Waddle to the front, which is nice, because it means... Careful Shot will knock out Schloom, so I unfortunately can't do a silly and put... hold on, we're on 2 points. Should I put Beetle in this slot? A front row numb shot does 56, which is not enough. Hold. Okay, that's not doing enough. Yeah, I just click Keyed Up into Waddle here and get a little... Or... Yeah, I click Keyed Up into... No, I'm gonna click Keyed Up into the Muscle Bound. Front row numb shot will now kill, notably. But either way, we're refreshing, and let's actually provoke so that this thing can't click Quick Set. And I can only assume the Waddle is moving forward, so let's just Power Sap it. If it doesn't move forward, that's still really good damage. Okay. No Quick Set. So we can see Muscle Memory doing... Or, well, Spitball will come out, because Muscle Brain. Spitball will do... like 84-ish to Magpike here. Or not as much to Beetleback. I can't give up a point. I'm actually going to tag in Beetleback here. This does mean I don't really have a finisher on the field, but we'll see how it goes. Back row Spitball. Fascinating. Just make sure this thing doesn't smack. Actually, no, it's fine if it clicks smack. I'd much rather actually put Tort Anchor up to the front and move back here. If it clicks smack, I'm using numb shot, so it's not an issue, because the stats are still down. The Waddle is unfortunately going to be able to quick set here, but we clear the boost, so there isn't really a threat of much damage here. It's going to be Jazz in front row, so double whatever's in the back. We can't safely tag in the Riplash, but we can tag in Magpike. Spike will do enough to... Okay, Spike should handle it. No, it won't handle the Demolipede tagging in the front row. This is close. This is real close. I don't know if this is the right play. I probably should actually realistically have left Beetle back in another turn, but I can't go back on that now. And just click block here probably, and then numb shot again. Power Sap into the Tort Anchor. Interesting. Okay. So I actually get some nice damage here. The Waddle goes down to Spike, so my guess is it's clicking Torch Pass into something. I really actually don't want to volley here because I don't want Magpike in the front row. But, do I click Numb Shot is the question. Energized from the front row will KO, so will Power Sap. They're both at 75 at the moment. Okay, we'll demolish KO. No, so we do actually Numb Shot here, and then Magpike should be fine to take whatever comes here. If the Waddle stays in... it blocks, okay. So in that case, that was probably the right play. And it is real easy to just move Magpike back here, I think. Magpike taking 90 from a Power Sap in the front row. If I had provoked there, I think I won, actually. I'm gonna put Tort Anchor in the back. Once again, I'm immediately regretting the play I just made. Because... Magpike's getting hit here, realistically, unless Bread thinks I'm going to block. Yeah, okay. Oh no, they hit the Tort Anchor. Okay. I should... Right, Spike won't kill something. Spike will knock out the Gremlur, interestingly, also. Oh, the Gremlur could come in here and be shy. So the question is, who is blocking? If I win the 50-50 to who's blocking and the 50-50 I think the Waddle is... The Waddle isn't going to Torch Pass here. I think it's going to be High Five. Probably into... Let's take a guess. I think we provoke the Beelb. And just... hope here. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I might not have this. I'll provoke the Waddle. I misclicked. Yeah, it's the Demolipede coming in, that's the issue. If the Demolipede comes in... Oh, which it doesn't. Okay. Huh. Well, in that case, we have a Shy Gremlur up front and a provoked Waddle. So I think... Yeah, Magpike's not taking any damage, so I just tag in Beetleback. And then get a +2 spike, +3 spike off, and we should be good to go. Oh, it's close though. I think we both made suboptimal plays that turn. Call out comes out, but I think with boosts I should be fine. Oh, that's gonna be close. I might be 1 damage point short. I will knock out the Demolipede though, and that's the important part. The Gremlur blocks here. Waddle's defense is, I think, 60. Plus 3 attack. Defensive stage is 2. I'm doing 66 apparently. Right. Because this isn't 2/3ing, it's 3/4ing. Yeah, okay. We should have this here. Okay. Yep, that should kill through block. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay. Well, on the bright side, we're in the same situation, and I don't think anything's changed. Because Magpike doesn't go down. Magpike does take 72 from a tool, which is a lot of damage, but... I high-five into Riplash, don't I? Oh, that kills. Right, I'm in the front row. Okay. I should have left the Magpike in, and I should have blocked. This game is complicated. If you haven't watched much Beastieball PvP, if you just watch me for my speedruns, PvP is crazy. Okay. We forgot to set serve for the previous match by accident. Bread won it anyway, so I don't think it really matters. Do I want counter serve or serve? What's Bread doing on counter serve, I guess, is the question, and the answer is probably clicking smack. So I'm taking counter serve. Edit rules, right side serves. Okay. I think I smack into Shloom this time. I think it's the same deal, but I smack into Shloom for a 3.1. Or do I just click heat up again? I do want the Demolipede to be low. Oh, I can just click heat up the next turn. I need to remind myself of that. Okay. Okay, double shy. Right. Okay, so this tool is going into the Beetleback. I think we send Magpike in, because that just blows something up. Confident pass. Yeah, Spike kills literally anything here, including the Demolipede. But the question is, do I just leave Magpike in the front and start clicking Breaker? And I think I actually am going to. I'm not going to take the point here. And the reason for that is I can sit here with +4 in my attacking stat and +2 in all my defenses and just start lowering defenses. I'm going to hit the Gremlur first. Get that low. Shy Gremlur is so fun, though. Like, kudos to Brett for coming up with that. Or, well, coming up with that for this match. I don't know if anyone else has done it before, but that's so fun. Demolipede in. Alright, well, I don't really have to do anything here. I could, in fact, smack into someone else, like Shloom. Probably will, actually. I don't want Magpike in front taking demolish damage. There's no provoke here. Yeah, I'd like my Magpike healthier than Shloom. I think Shloom's health is a lot more expendable in this matchup. Careful shot into the back row. Okay. Power Sap kills anything besides something in the back row here. I think I'm gonna cut shot. Do I want to cut shot though, or could I breaker? Because I could also just click breaker. The Demolipede's shielding. I don't think breaker really accomplishes much. I'm gonna call out and cut shot and just stack up and see how it goes. Yeah, Demolipede shields as expected. We get you low. There's an open lane now, which Quickset Demolish is gonna do 28 to Beetleback, which is not very much. I'm just gonna shove Shloom to the side. And we see a careful shot into the back row again. Okay, so we can just continue doing more damage. I interestingly don't knock out the Beelb, I guess because I don't have that many boosts, but a Power Sap will take out anything here. I'd like the Demolipede down, realistically. So I'm gonna do that. Turns out Brett also wants the Demolipede down. Does Breaker kill the Waddle? No. Okay. We're gonna let the Waddle stay in here. I'm guessing a careful shot's coming out. We want Tort Anchor out. Actually, Beetleback can't go down here. The Beelb can only attack from the back row. I could, in fact, move Beetleback to the front, and I think they still survive if my calc isn't bad. Yeah, so a confident pass here. I can click call out or I can click power sap. And I think what I'd like to do is knock out that ever so tasty looking Beelb in the back row. Cut shot kills the Waddle. I'm gonna put the Beetle back in the back row. And probably take a point here. If Bread reads this, good shit. But either way, I have a lot of momentum here, and I don't think tagging in the muscle bound here is gonna get much back for him. Because at the end of the day, it's not a juggle muscle bound, and the Waddle's not in the front. Okay, Torch Pass into the Demolipede. Right, that's something I hadn't considered. Okay. The Beelb does 90 to me from the front row. Which is, I think, what's going to happen. Oh, I want to calc this real quick. I want to see if it does 89. Beelb. 91. 0. 90 beastie defense. Attack stage 2, defense stage 0, base damage 75. It's apparently going to do 80, which doesn't feel right. Oh yeah, because I'm sitting in the front, obviously. Okay, no, hold on then. We're fine. I just tag in toward anchor. I forgot how math worked for a second. I provoked the Beelb so it can't block here. I think realistically, it's probably not a high five here. Bread may choose to have the Demolipede go down again. Yeah, okay. So, who's coming in the back here? Spitball is not going to do all that much to Tort Anchor, but it will make me angry. Tool is not going to hit Tort Anchor, so that's fine. Either way, I hit Numb Shot over here, because Beelb is not going to threaten me on the first turn of counter serve. How much is Hyper Spike doing? Oh, the Gremlur is charged now. Hyper Spike isn't KOing. Let's get the Beelb a little lower. I think we Numb Shot here again. How much is Tool doing? Oh, Tool's doing 100. Energized doesn't KO Magpike. I'm 2 points up. I need to remember this. I can just do some damage here, and that's fine. I definitely don't want Bread to high five into Muscle Bound now that I say that. Oh, he won't though. Let's just hit Power Sap in the Beelb. Yeah, can't block now. Tool's doing 100. I just hit block into the Beelb. I just hit block into the Gremlur here, I think. Energize, oh, is also doing 100. Okay. Well, in that case, I think I do this, actually. Hold on. No block, so Energized won't be any more boosted. So yeah, I do this, and I think I survive any hit. Well, I get a reset here, which is nice. The Beelb is gonna take more damage. Tort Anchor won't go down here to the Power Sap, so I think I'm just gonna click Heat Up and get some damage on the Gremlur. And then we might be able to just win with Cut Shot. Not entirely sure. But we did a real good job of like chipping stuff down and also not losing points early on. And that's put us in a pretty good situation for the end here. Yeah. Yep, okay, Cut Shot wins. Woo! Holy sheesh, that was close. Is there any way that Cut Shot doesn't win here? No. Okay. Close one. So, that's a win for us. That's a 2-1. Heading up to 2-0 in the standings, which is super nice. Okay. Whew. What a match. All right, I'm gonna hop into the scrimmage. Check. Okay, cool. Discord audio is there. Cool. All set up. Wild stuff. Let me save those replays real quick. Save that. Let's save that. I don't know which order those were in, but I'll fix it later. Or I do know which order they're in. Edit title. Alright, Brett will be in here in a sec, I'm sure.
I'm here.
Hello, you're here.
I was waiting for you.
Yeah. Charge Gremlur is terrifying.
That's the idea, yeah.
Did you see just how much spirit defense I had because I was so sure Zephyr was going to come?
No, I did not want to bring Zephyr, honestly. It's, for as good as it is, it's just like I understand you've got the whole captain stuff going on, but you have two captains. Like, even if I manage to remove one, it's very, very real.
That's fair. I'm looking at my team right now, and I have a fully invested Beetleback, nearly fully invested Riplash, and nearly fully invested Shloom in Spirit Defense. And you didn't have a single Spirit attacker on your team besides a Waddle, which doesn't count because it's only running Careful Shot. Man.
Yeah.
Good prep. Shame about game one. That was a lot of fun. I love seeing Adaptation Gremlur. I think that's the first time I've actually really played against one. You have such an interesting set of traits for it to gain.
I messed up with Muscle Band because I forgot it uses your body attack.
Yup, I did notice that one and I was like, oh, that was a mistake, wasn't it?
I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I could get boosted tool. But yeah.
It is slightly boosted. It's just also deboosted in a way. But hey, it's what's the math on that? It's 105 base power now rather than 90, if I'm not mistaken. No, wait, 108.
No, it's so nice.
It's just a body attack now.
95. It's 95, yeah.
Oh wait, it's 95 base? Oh yeah, Tools is 95 base.
Yeah, it's 95.
Okay, so in that case it's, I think, 112.5. Anyway,
maybe if I were better body, but yeah.
Yeah, your team is just... Your team looks like the strangest collection of beasties. And then you realize that Demolipede just kind of does everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's body redirection. And support. It gets support like shield and hard to rally teams.
Yeah, no, it's like Gremlur wants it there, Zephyr wants it there, Debugly wants it there even though you didn't bring Debugly, Beelb absolutely wants it there, Musclebound loves having it there. Like...
Yeah, and
I ran
Gremlur too.
heat up on
Also.
Shloom. I almost forgot why I had heat up on Shloom during my prep, and then I'm like,
Dude,
it's for Demolipede.
Yeah. Heat up on Shloom took me so hard.
It was just like I need a way to make sure Demolipede isn't on full HP so these hyper spikes can potentially kill. And then I don't think I think I clicked hyper spike once.
Yeah.
But
and then, yeah, fucking. Ugh, just. Oh.
I love draft.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at after most of these games.
I'm like, I don't have a reason to keep Diablo. Like.
Yeah. I saw that drop and I'm like, should I? I have a Shloom, should I? I think
But
I've been thinking about it.
Gremlur is right there, and most importantly, it also has callout, which apparently very few beasties get, which I didn't know.
Yeah, it's not that widely distributed. It feels like it is because your Spreco teaches it to everyone. But let me pop up with the Playdex.
Oh.
But yeah, like when you're playing casually, everyone has it because your Spreco teaches it to them.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good selection, but not everyone gets it.
Yeah. For what was left on the draft, it was basically nothing.
Right. Yeah, gotcha. Did you like pick it specifically for callout? Or
Well, partly that, and obviously partly adaptation too. Like,
yeah, for sure. Adaptation is just so interesting.
Yeah. I could get study in there too.
I am
Bugly,
terrified
right?
for whoever has to face the study Gremlur. It's like, oh yeah, this thing will go down in 2 hits, and then it doesn't.
Well, that was kind of what happened with Double Shy at the front.
Yeah, no, Double Shy also works incredibly well for that. It's like, game 3, I like changed up my plan a bunch. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put Magpike in and just start clicking Breaker. And not take the point and see how that goes. And I think that got me like pretty ahead in the end. But like game 2, I was like, I don't know how to deal with Adaptation Shy at the moment because I can't knock it out with just a Hyper Spike.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But then yeah, I just didn't have I didn't have a way to get to a tanker down enough for Numshot to not be a problem.
Right, yeah. That was kind of the nice thing, I think, about having 2 captains in this matchup is I can either have the Tordanker out and just shut down your Beelb if I want to, or have the Beetleback out and boost whatever's in the front.
And be threatening. Yeah, be threatening, trusting Magpike coming in whenever.
Trusting Magpike is so crazy. Like, after using it, like, I'm using the body set, which is probably not as strong as the mind set, at least in terms of raw power, and yet I'm just like, oh, suddenly I click Smack into it in Confident Pass, and it's at +5, clicking Spike, and your Demolipede doesn't survive that in the back row, which is... it's a little rude, I think, so...
Yeah.
I am gaining an appreciation for Magpike beyond what I already had, which is exciting. But yeah, were there any fun things about your prep that I didn't really see? Like, what were your Gremlur's defensive stats? I'm curious.
It was full body, 30 body.
30 body, no mind defense, no spirit?
Yep.
Dang.
Nope.
Yeah, I guess its spirit defense is good enough to take like an unboosted cut shot just fine. Now that I think about it, because I mean, especially with Shy, yeah, that was the big part. It's just like, oh yeah, cut shot isn't that good when you have a Waddle that just comes out onto the field.
Yeah, I had to figure out a way. I couldn't figure out a way to lead properly to make sure that cut shot wasn't a thing, because I had to stack points a couple of times just to.
Yeah, double captains helped with that part, I think. Yeah. It's like, okay, I have 3 net attackers and 2 captains. Let's see how that goes. But yeah, game two, that was an interesting one. With like I just totally messed up the math on that. I think my Magpike survived, but you still might have had it after that. Because I think was your Gremlur shy at that point? I forget. I'll have to rewatch it.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
I believe it was, but yeah, I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I have the replays saved, so I can go back and watch them later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was a load of fun. Thanks for being a part of this.
Yeah.
Anything you want to plug while you're on the YouTube channel?
Adaptation Gremlur, you should all play it.
True. It's so cool.
Make weird shit with it. Its defensive spread isn't that bad.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it because it always just runs full attack and its mind defense is awful, but then you realize, yeah, if you invest into the body defense a little bit, then it's serviceable and you can just do a bunch of damage, and if you put charge on it, then it's scary. Anyway, thanks so much for debriefing. Thank you so much for the match, and good luck in the rest of your season.
Yeah, that was awesome.
All right. And to the viewers, thank you for watching. Have a good time zone.